a month ago. Yes. Am I only now filming all the books I bought in Ireland video? Also, yes. So I've been busy, okay? I've been doing stuff. A lot of things have happened. For example, I'm sitting in a completely different setting today because my room's having a renovation and all of my books are literally shoved into a shelf. So that's good. Also, all of a sudden, it's winter. I don't know when that happened. Well, one day it was just suddenly winter. Like, it's crazy outside. It's fucking, I don't, okay, none of this matters. Let's get into the fucking video. This is about all the bookstores I went to in Dublin and all the books I bought in Dublin. So, let's fucking go, guys. And we're gonna start with the first bookstore, which apologize for miscalling and misnaming all the bookstores and all the books, because I can't fucking talk. Well, okay, that's not very true, but anyways, let's go, guys. So the first bookstore is Dublin bookstore, and as far as I understand, it's a chain of bookstores, because I think I saw a few of these, and I really liked it. There was a wide variety of books. I bought 4 books there, and they also had a very nice LGBTQ shelf, so that was lovely. Let's get into the books. I've read 2 of the books I bought because it's been a month, so I already read 2 of them. Foster by Claire Keegan. I really wanted to buy a book by an Irish author, you know, because I was in Ireland, so that makes sense. Foster is a book about a young girl who lives with her foster parents, who lives in rural Ireland. This book has a very specific atmosphere. I can't fully describe it because I just love the countryside of Ireland because I've been to the countryside, and this book is just, it's so good. Okay. And it's a very short book of only 80 pages, but it gives you so much detail, although it has very concise sentences. Every word is picked so correctly and it describes everything so perfectly that it's so good. Yeah, this is a really good book. At first, when I started reading it, I was very confused because I didn't really understand what was going on. And it's also written, in the way Irish people talk. So at first it took some moment for me to understand. A lot of good quotes from this book, although it's very short. I had heard about this book and I thought it was longer. When I saw it at the store, I was like, oh my god, it's literally this thin. But okay. The second book I bought the bookstore was Cemetery Boys by Aidan Thomas. This book was very fun. A very fun book. It's a YA novel about a young trans guy whose family is struggling to accept him. So he decides to prove to them that he's trans by becoming a real brujo, which is like a sorcerer, like a witch doctor. I don't really know how to explain it because it's Spanish, and my Spanish skills, they end at mi casa, su casa, and vamos. So couldn't tell you, but that's as far as I understand, and I hope I'm correct, and if I'm not, well, then I sincerely apologize. Anyways, this book was very entertaining. I read it in 4 or 3 days, and overall just a very fun book. I recommend this book to all the people who want a short read, and if they like YA novels, and of course good LGBTQ representation. So that was for the books that I have read, because the rest of the books I haven't read yet. I will, promise. So I bought another Claire Keegan book. Actually, how I found out about Claire Keegan was from Jack Edwards. And I trust Jack more than I trust most of my family members. If he likes something, I love it. If he hates something, I despise it. We have basically the same taste in books. We read a lot of the same books. We like a lot of the same things. So I trust him completely. He could recommend anything to me and I'd be like, yes, definitely. Buying it literally right now. Right now. Running to the bookstore. Sprinting. So that's how I found out about Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan, which he really liked. He really liked Foster as well. That's how I ended up with both of these books. So thank you, Jack. We love you. Small Things Like These, similarly to Foster, set in the countryside of Ireland in 1985. A story about Bill Furlong, who is a coal merchant and a family man. An unexpected event forces him to confront his past and the silences held in place by their church in this small town, which sounds very interesting. This is also a very short book. It's a bit longer than Foster, but like a very short read. And the next book, and the last book I bought at the Dublin bookstore, was All That's Left in the World by Eric J. Brown. I have a problem, which is I very often buy these books that are super devastating. They have amazing ratings, but they're like gut-wrenching and they make me want to curl up into a small ball and cry. So, my goal in Ireland was to like find books that we don't have in Latvia because we don't have many of the books that other countries seem to have, and it usually takes us a very long time to finally get them. That's why I decided to buy this book, because it sounded like a lot of fun. It sounded like an easy read, and it sounded like it wouldn't rip my soul into shreds. Anyways, this book is set in a reality where a deadly pathogen has killed half the population. I know, it's not a happy start, but it will be happy. Hopefully. I mean, I haven't read it, so I hope it will be happy. Its main characters, Jamie and Andrew, have lost everything. They have everything and everyone they've ever loved. And if you didn't understand yet, it's gay! So gay! I'm very excited to read it. Like, I'm waiting for a day when I feel very sad and I decide to like, this is the time. And I pick up this book and like probably read it in like 2 days or something. And then I'm happy for a whole day, and then I can go back to reading my sad-ass books. Yeah. Something like that. I mean, honestly, people who only read happy books, you confuse me. But then again, I'm very happy for your mental health, because I bet it's way more stable than mine has ever been. Because I, for some reason, continuously make myself read these amazing literary fiction books, which is my favorite genre, which literally make me want to cry myself to sleep. So you would say maybe I shouldn't read them, but then again, I love reading them. They're so good. They're so good. Well, they're at the cost of my own mental health. Oopsies. Well, happened. The next bookstore I went to in Dublin was Books Upstairs. A very cozy bookstore. Very cute. Had a lot of cloth-bound classics and classics in general. Also had an LGBTQ shelf. And there I found Another Country by James Baldwin. This is a classic, so I don't really want to go into a lot of detail what it's about. However, it's set in New York, it's about jazz, relationships, sexuality, and this book had a lot of taboo topics that at the time of its publishing were not widely talked about, like interracial couples. And it's also set in New York, as I already said, but maybe you can call me basic, but I love books and movies set in New York. I love New York. And the thing is, like, I've been in New York. In New York, fucking, it stinks like shit. The rats are bigger than the average apartment. And I absolutely love it. I eat it up every time. If a movie's set in New York, it's my favorite movie. if a book is set in New York, it's my favorite book. Like, that's exactly how basic I am. That was embarrassing for me. But also, I'm right. I'm right. Like, you can't tell me I'm not, because I am. The time has come for man, the myth, the legend. I, again, apologize for not pronouncing it correctly because I literally have no idea, but I'm going to stop saying that in every single one of my videos because I keep pronouncing things wrong. Hodges, Fidges, something like that. Favorite bookstore in Ireland. I've been there 2 times. I could move in. I could live there. Like, when I'm in there, time doesn't exist anymore. I'm somewhere in space. I'm somewhere floating in a different reality because I'm not in this world anymore. When I'm in there, I lose myself, you know? Like, who needs drugs when you have big, amazing bookstores? You tell me, guys, you tell me. Huge choice of books, very beautiful, could literally spend days and hours in there and wouldn't even notice. I bought 2 books there. So in this last bookstore, I found another book by James Baldwin, Giovanni's Room. I had been looking for this book for more than a year. Everywhere. Never saw it in Latvia, never saw it in like other bookstores I went to, and finally, in this one motherfucking bookstore, I found, in the last bookstore, I found it. I can't. So this book, it's about an American man living in Paris in like the 1950s, where he falls in love with an Italian man. First of all, scandalous, literally. And this book is about death and passion and have I ever read a James Baldwin book in my life? No, I have not. I've not. Am I literally in love with both of these books? Yes. The answer is yes. That's it. This is literally it. This whole video is just me sipping over James Baldwin. I'm convinced this man was the most like aesthetic man to ever write a book in his life. Because like, hello, one of his books is set in New York, and like the other book is like set in Paris. Hello, he just picked the most aesthetic places, the most aesthetic plots, the most aesthetic characters to ever exist, and then he also made them gay. Hello. Hello? Anyways, now when I'm done simping over James Baldwin, whose books I've literally never read in my life. So, the last book in this video that I bought was Orlando by Virginia Woolf. This book is often referred to as the longest and most charming love letter in literature because Virginia Woolf inspired the character of Orlando of her very close friend and lover. Let me read out her name, otherwise I'm going to get it wrong. Vita Sackville West. Okay, now when we've got that out of the way, this book sounds absolutely iconic. It's about a man, Orlando, who wakes up one morning and he's a woman. And it's all about women's roles in society, late 18th century and early 19th century, which sounds absolutely iconic. Like Virginia Woolf, I've only read A Room of One's Own from all of her books, and I've only heard anyone talk about this book like once on TikTok, because no one's talking about this book. This book isn't in like the libraries, it isn't in the Latvian bookstores. Like, why is no one discussing this book? What's up with that? Like, have people missed out on this book? Is it like not like, what is going on? But maybe it's like very bad. Maybe I'm gonna read it and it's gonna be like very, very bad, and then I'm gonna have to make a video and be like, this book was shit. So hopefully I don't have to do that. So yeah, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being here. Soon I think I'll make a video about all the books I read in fall, because I do that at the end of like every season. If you want to, you can go watch all the books that I read in the summer. And also, I have a few more video ideas in mind, so hopefully I'll be making those pretty soon. If I'm not, then I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And yeah, I hope you're having a great day. See you another time. If you know anything about these books, leave a comment. Bye. And I'm gonna go simp over James Baldwin a little bit more. What the fuck is this video? What the fuck is this video?